Following this warning, the governors of Colorado and New Mexico declaring states of emergencies in the wake of a major spill that sent millions of gallons of toxic waste into rivers. The pictures tell the story. Look how disgusting this is. I want to bring in Dean Brookie, mayor of Durango, Colorado, a city that sits right on the Animas River. He joins us right now on the telephone. Mr. Mayor, thanks very much for joining us.
Good morning, Emily.
Okay, so let me ask you how this happened, what you know of so far.
Well, the EPA, an EPA contractor, was investigating. Actually, they're trying to do some remedial action on one of our abandoned mines, which there are hundreds of north of Durango in the Animas River watershed. And they experienced a blowout or a catastrophic event, and it released about 3 million gallons, we know now, into the Animas River. Wow. Sending that orange plume headed our way down the Animas River.
That is horrible. We're looking at the pictures right now, Mr. Mayor, and it looks pretty disgusting. And part of the issue is that there's so much lead in this water. There's lead, there's arsenic. So what are the ramifications for people? I mean, what is this river used for? Is this used for drinking water? Is this used for crops or what?
Both. The city of Durango pumps water out of the Animas, especially in the summertime. It's one of two sources of water that we have for drinking water, potable water in our community. And we were able to get ahead of the plume, as it were, and shut off the pumps that pump water out of the Animas and use our other alternative sources. So our water protection, or our water sources, are protected for the moment. And we've got state approval to fill our reservoirs from our alternatives to a higher level to assure that we have a stock of water for our citizens.
What do you want to see? Yeah, what do you want to see happen here?
You mentioned the mineral content. We've all lived with the high mineral content of these mines forever. It's a known element. The high concentrations of all kinds of minerals are naturally occurring in these mines, and it's just a matter of not how it happens, but when it happens. And so this event, actually, if there's a positive spin, it really focuses all of our attention and gathers obviously the federal, the state, and the resources to address this problem in a positive manner going into the future. So that's what we hope to gain out of it. Obviously, we have some immediate financial impact to our tourism industry.
Yeah.
We have a lot of other river. The river provides one really magical part of our recreational complex, but we have of interest to you a national park. Right next door, Mesa National Park. We're a world-class mountain biking town. Mm-hmm. We have a historic narrow gauge railroad, arts and cultural events happening every day. We have thousands of tourists in town as we speak, and it's we're just pushing them towards alternatives rather than taking a trip from down our river right now.
Right. Unfortunately, you've got to push for alternatives. Mr. Mayor, thanks very much for joining us. We're with Wilbur Ross this morning of WL Ross. Wilbur, you have been on the other side, like so many of your colleagues in business, of these new rules coming into the EPA, most recently the real onerous ones that created job cuts and real balance sheet changes for companies. What's your take on this?
Well, I think there's that good old saying, if you live in a glass house, you shouldn't throw stones. And the EPA has been very good at throwing stones at private industry. Doesn't seem to be so good at managing its own affairs.
Yeah.
If this were a private sector company doing it, they'd be calling for the resignation of the CEO. They'd probably talk about bringing criminal charges. They'd be doing all kinds of things.
They get the bejesus suit out of them,
too. And I bet nobody will lose his job over this.
Well, that's an important point. I mean, where is the accountability? Look at these pictures. There's arsenic in this river right now as a result of this waste and this mistake by the EPA. Heads should roll.
They should, but I didn't see anything in their press release holding anybody accountable.
Dagen, they said that they're sorry.
They got to do more than say they're sorry. Again, is it going to take a bigger event? Is it going to take a bigger accident by the EPA to change what's going on?
I mean,
or a new administration?
Explain, Wilbur, the impact of the new rulemaking out of the EPA. People don't really connect the dots sometimes, so tell us what it means on a practical level for a coal company, for an oil company, this new rulemaking.
Well, for all practical purposes, they're putting coal out of the power generation business. There will be no coal-fired generating plants built. Now, maybe that's a good thing because coal is more pollutive than natural gas, but it would be more logical to help natural gas come in and substitute and use that as kind of a way station between the high pollutive coal and hopefully eventually some sort of renewable. But they don't. They're against everything that involves combustion. And sometimes I think the EPA believes that electricity lives in the wall of your house, and all you have to do is stick a plug in and liberate.
Yeah. So, okay. Well, we'll see about this. This is really a disturbing story.
That's the quote of the morning, actually.
That some people think electricity lives in your walls.
The EPA thinks electricity
Wilbur
lives
Ross
in
with
the
the
wall.
quote of the day. Wilbur, thank you for your commentary on that.